Hello everyone. Yesterday I discussed that it is very prominent for the student of literature to know various forms of literary things, and I discussed that what were the periods, what were some important facts of literature. And now I am going to teach you figure of speech that are also very important, and it is very important for a literary students that he must be aware that what literary figure is. To interpret a poem, to interpret a short or long poem, sonnet, epic and ballad, you must be aware that how to use figure of speech if you are writing a poem, and you must be aware that what figure of speeches have been used in this particular poem, and whatsoever poem you are going to read, you must be aware that. And from that figure of speech you will be able to know that how writer has put the figure of speech in that poem. So first I am going to teach you what simile is. The first figure of speech is simile. Simile means comparison between two different things which are not similar. Two different things which are not similar, we use simile. And words like as and so are used. Comparison between two different things. For example, if I write James was like a rose. If I write James was like a rose, it means that James was as purified, as good as the rose is. So two different things, there is no similarity between James and rose. So I have used this word like to compare both these different things. The definition of simile is comparison between two different things. There is comparison, and words like as, and so are used. I have used the word like to compare both these things. The second is metaphor. Comparison between two different things which are not similar. Words like as and so are not used. And metaphor is an implied simile. The minute difference between simile and metaphor is we do not use words like, as and so in metaphor, And we can say that metaphor is an implied simile. Just look at this sentence. I have written that James was like a rose. If I say that James was a rose, that is metaphor. There is comparison between two different things in this sentence also, but I have not used the words like, as and so in this sentence. Therefore, this sentence is metaphor. James was a rose. James was a. The minute difference, there is not much difference, but both these figure of speeches are used for the sake of comparison, and I have not used words like, as and so in metaphor, but in simile I have used such. Therefore, I can say that metaphor is an implied simile, or the second form of simile is metaphor. I hope you have understood both these terms. Now I am going to write another one for you, and that is oxymoron. For contrast, using two opposite words in a sentence. Oxymoron is used for contrast. Contrast means two different compatibility, two different parts in a sentence, which creates paradoxical statement, in a sentence, that is called oxymoron. And you have to use two different words, two different adjectives as well to justify the sentence. For example, if I write, he is the most handsome and ugly boy. Is the most handsome and ugly boy. It is not possible for a person to be handsome and ugly at the same time. Therefore, you cannot say that handsome and ugly to one man. Therefore, I have used two words, first handsome and second ugly, and these two adjectives are contrasting in each other. Therefore, the sentence I have written is the example of oxymoron. And next is, it is also for contrast. I have written oxymoron, and now I am going to discuss antithesis. Antithesis. Two different, it is also used for contrast, two different statements, if we put together, that is called antithesis. For example, he prays, she betrays. Betrays means to cheat someone, and praise means to worship someone. I have written he prays but she betrays. These two statements are different, are very closely compatible to each other, very closely opposite to each other. Therefore, the example is of antithesis. What is the difference between oxymoron and antithesis? In oxymoron, I have written two different adjectives, and both the adjectives are opposite to each other. And in antithesis, I have written two different statements, and he prays, she betrays. These are two different statements, two opposite statements. Therefore, this is the example of antithesis. This is the main difference between oxymoron and antithesis. And the next one is paradox. It is also used for contrast. For contrast, in case one sentence is written and the written sentence gives us the expression of contrast in itself, that is called paradox. For example, death, you have to die. Death, you have to die. It is not possible for death to be died itself. Therefore, it is an example of paradox. I have written three contrasting figure of speeches. First is oxymoron, second is antithesis, and third is paradox. In first, I have written two different adjectives that are contrasting to each other in a sentence. Secondly, I have written two different statements that are contrasting, that are opposite to each other. And the third is, I have written only one sentence, and the one sentence creates negative expression as well as creates paradoxical statement, compatible statement. Therefore, it is an example of antithesis and paradox and oxymoron as well. So I have taught you 5 figure of speeches. First is simile. When two different things are compared with each other and words like as, so and like are used, that is called simile. Words like, as and so are not used in metaphor, and metaphor is an implied simile. Third one is oxymoron. When two different contrasting adjectives are used, opposite adjectives, opposite words are used in a sentence, that is called oxymoron. And the fourth one is when we use two different statements like he prays, she betrays in a sentence, that is called antithesis. And when we write only one sentence and the sentence itself creates negative expression or creates opposite and paradoxical statement, that is called paradox. Thank you.